Okay. Okay. So less than an hour. You're going to be
Yep.
meeting with them?
I should be receiving a call to hopefully meet up with him, correct? That was the way that it was explained to me.
Okay. So as of right now, the only thing you know is it's someone that's you're probably going to be asked to kill, and that's it, right? You don't know what day, when it's going to happen, any of that?
They said that within the next few days, they had information that somebody was going to be needing to go to surgery. And it was in their best interest that that person not make it out of surgery.
I'm just out on
Understood.
foot. I got my ghillie suit on.
I don't know who it could be. I know that we have a few people around.
Confirm. I'm on
The events that have
Lumber
taken
Mill
place.
Road above
but
you guys.
I haven't been able to pinpoint who it might be because we let go the only person who I thought, unless is the gentleman that you secured the documents from, is he still in my custody?
He is. Yeah.
I think it's him.
I agree with you on that.
I was worried about, he's the one that I was worried about. The day he was brought into ICU, I received a call from the other organization, essentially, telling me that there would be a gentleman in a suit that was of high interest. He was the gentleman that was stuffed into the car in the video that went public. And I also know him as the gentleman I spoke with that happened to have some sort of documents on him.
Okay.
I had to narrow it down. I think it's him because they tried to take him out before, but we were able to isolate him into the ICU before their fake doctors could go into the hospital.
Okay. I'm very concerned about you. So, there are going to be the only individuals that know about this is one LSPD officer, 2 BCSO, 3 of my marshals, right? This way that if something happens when I'm not around, you're protected.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody gets your outside of that, ends up you know, I will have to give some idea of this to the sheriff and, you know, the chief.
Of course.
I also am recognizing the gravity of this situation and what that means for you. And my biggest challenge is making sure that those involved don't turn this into fun and games, right? Which is transparently very difficult to do in this day and age. So
That was kind of what worries me about them getting to another doctor. I don't know who wants what. I was literally offered everything that I've wanted for the last few months. Oh, we can get you airplanes, car engines, you name it, the boss has it. That stuff doesn't matter to me because it's the hospital that matters.
I have an idea, and I want to know whether this is something that jives with you. As I played out this scenario, and I'm going to be honest with you, Dr. Stacie, I was cooked last night when we spoke. There's so much. There's no breathing room for me or the others right now. Day after day, terrorist attack, day after day, paperwork. And getting ahead of it is very difficult. And then this morning I woke up and I'm still kind of, pretty cooked. But with that said, I have been putting a lot of thought behind this. And what I came to the realization of, and this is, I can't get this out of my head, is that where do we bring this guy? Even if we induce him, where do we bring him? We don't have a spot. There's no medical facilities anywhere else.
He could stay in the hospital in ICU. No one essentially would know. So he we would have an autopsy done for the patient. We would have full documentation that there is a body that is being transported to the morgue.
Mm.
The patient will then be woken up, and again, if we do it, even if they're not watching us, we can do it easier. All everything will play out so that in case they are watching, they watch a body go to the morgue. They don't watch a body go to the thing. It was recommended that maybe you see if you can find a body. You guys pull it from the morgue and dress it. We can dress it to be essentially we dump that body, and then the patient goes back into ICU room holding, which I know it's not a secure facility, but at least it'll keep him somewhat safe and locked up.
So, if I'm understanding correctly, he would be put into a induced medical coma.
Maybe not even. The idea where we would have to do that is if we're being watched. So that someone needs to see him die. Then essentially, yes, I would do something like paralyze him so that I can get a time of death. And then once I am able to declare that he is dead, we would almost instantly revitalize him. He cannot be in a medically induced coma because there are other risks with that. Essentially,
That makes
what I'm
sense.
doing is just as risky, but essentially I'm going to stop or slow down his heart to the point where I can make a proper declaration of death. And then we are just going to rush his body with all the goodies and try to get him back to a normal state.
So, okay. So I could make a fake DOA report.
Well, and I can do the thing is if he's in the hospital, it would have to be during the surgery.
That makes sense.
It would be weird if he died in transport. Then what we would do is I discussed it with the doctors. His reporting would be written under profile name Random Ricky. That way, if he wakes up, another doctor can properly attend to his wounds without knowing his name. He stays
But
in
what
a
if he
database
says
as a
his
random.
name?
Then I mean that would be up to the doctor who's with him, and we still have HIPAA. They shouldn't be just calling people and letting people know that we have people waking up.
Shit. Here's my concern, Dr. Stacie, is it sounds like this plan is only going to keep him safe for a day or two, right? Because let's say you get away with this on that day. He's marked as DOA. He's, brought into ICU. Great plan up to then. But now this random Ricky wakes up and he goes, "Hey, where am I?" And they're like, "Hi, random Ricky." And they're like, "My name's George Lopez," or whatever the guy's name is, right? The guy with the stuff in the pockets. And they're like, "Huh?" And they look it up, and that doctor that's not tapped in looks it up, and it says, "Wait, this guy's dead." And now the entire city knows. And I say this in that, keep in mind, and I'll just say this forward, is even within the police department, people don't care anymore. And so I presume there could be, we know that there probably isn't basis assets in the hospital because they probably would have contacted them already, right? For this. But that's not to say that doctor not knowing what doesn't get overheard. So let me pose a alternative. And I want your opinion on this is let's say he's in ICU and he's there for a day, 2 days. What if we extracted him and gave him to Darkstone?
That is something, without a better way of saying it, that sounds well above my pay grade.
Yeah.
I've only heard rumors of this newer company, Darkstone. I know that they're working with PD. I've tended to many of their individuals. Um, that would be, you know, that's like leaving medical judgment to me. To me, that's police work, and I would leave that up to you. If you
Yeah.
trust Darkstone, that you think that they can use him against them,
Well,
then that'll be what you would have to do.
the individual that you're talking about, if it is the guy with the papers, that guy came with Darkstone, which actually is why I think you're right, because Darkstone, like you saw in the newspaper, right? I don't know if you have you seen the newspaper story?
I'm very well caught up on them because there was an article a few weeks ago about Ryan Keeger,
Mm.
the doctor, and that's what I've been approached at multiple times. So I read a lot because there's a lot of good information about things that a lot of people think is propaganda.
So, this individual was carrying some things, and the papers that you had mentioned, and he was with Darkstone, and so I'm gonna speak with Delta One, who is the contact. Now, I'm sharing some close information with you. It's not like super secret, but it's out there. This isn't. I'd keep it close to your chest for your own safety, right? You mentioned Darkstone, you mentioned Delta One. People might start presuming your involvement against the Faceless, right? But if he was their asset and he's in the hospital, it makes sense why the Faceless may want to get rid of him. But in the same vein, Delta One may have a better option to extract him out of the city. Either the moment he wakes or while he is still in that state with their own doctors. Now, I don't know what kind of clearances you would need on your end, but I can at least approach Delta One to see if there's some paperwork that can then be perhaps seen by, the board, the same people that asked of this, and then maybe we make a decision off that. I don't know. I'll tell you why I'm even bringing this up is because my fear is less so about this guy. It's about what happens to you. Not only as a member of the government, but quite frankly, probably one of the few people in the city I can really trust when it comes to the Faceless. Because everyone wants to suck their damn dick. Is he wakes up, they're going to know he's alive. And then I'm afraid of what's going to happen to you next.
Yeah, I definitely didn't absolutely change a lot of my courses of action because I started to realize what was sinking in. Yeah, I knew a couple of weeks ago when I was first approached by the other organization and given the information about Ryan here that I was already being targeted. I think that no matter what
Was the
I
Faceless
do,
targeting you previously?
they don't know that I'm working against them, so it's only a matter of time. There is a deep secret that a lot of people don't know as to why I'm running for Sam, and it's to gain access to information from reports that Ryan Keeger and stuff has been sent and has been blacklisted and, you know, deemed up as the highest rung. And Sama was actually part of my plan to try to help take down the Faceless because it gives me more information than people. To your point, I think people are scared to act, or worse, they care about that company. I know doctors that I work with have specifically asked me to not involve them at all. So, I think no matter what I do, I'm gonna end up becoming a problem for them. Like I said, I have been sought out to try to figure out whatever Keir is working on, and if they get the remotest wind of that, I'm done for. Keir himself said it in the video that he gave where he spoke. So, I appreciate everyone's concern, but I think that I kind of knew what it is that I'm taking upon myself. I don't wish to lose my life, but I think we all know that if a couple people don't stand up to this, then we're just going to keep on bowing. And I can tell you that the rumors of the stuff that I heard that they're working on, maybe I might rather actually be dead, because then I would have my own free will. They are working on things to try to essentially control people.
I've heard about these rumors as well. And you saw those state announcements recently, right?
Yep. And I also know what happened 2 days ago at Humane Labs. And yeah.
I can't say definitively if the two are related, because it is San Andreas, right?
I know.
But that is something that I've had in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
I would say that we should probably meet again after the meeting. Not immediately after. We have to wait.
No, today, I think after that meeting today, I plan on trying to see if I can either go back to the hospital and just do my normal thing.
Act
or have
normal.
a friend kind
Yeah.
of might just take me out and be out, because someone has noticed that I am a bit edgy and they're trying to care for me, so they'll help get me away and, just take me out to the woods, go camping, fishing,
Yeah.
relax.
I think that's best. Act normal, act like, maybe even have an excuse for it. Trouble with a friend, right? Feeling lost, whatever story you have to say, that it might explain some of what may be noticed. But outside of that, I think maybe we wait to meet tomorrow. By then, I'll have a better idea, too, as to whether the option of extracting this individual is available and what documents can be produced. And I can send those your way to see if you can get clearance as well.
The only way that I think that won't happen is if for whatever reason they need this done by today. In which case, the only thing that I can think of is essentially, it's going to sound really stupid, but if something was to hit the fan today, the only thing that I can do is probably 911 anonymous, something like a random word that people might just throw off as someone playing.
If you do 911 anonymous, everyone and their mother is going to come.
Because of the action.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'm
The alternative is you ping me.
Get a hold of. Okay, and what is your ping for the day?
My ping for the day is 201. I think if you start pinging with your name, I'm going to know I need to be at the hospital. I think if you are told, and the other thing too to keep in mind, so wait, you don't have the stuff today, do you? From what it sounds like. Would you be able to induce him today?
I can do whatever I need to do today medically.
Okay.
The issue would be is if it's today, I'm going to need, I would have to let you know much sooner because that ball is going to roll very fast.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna try to meet with my contact. I've already sent a bird signal. So
okay.
I will cook, because as a worst case, even if we got some time, he's medically induced, he's inside. I am gonna want some marshals, probably UC as patients in there, and I'm gonna tell you why. If there is suspicion already around you, right, with kind of what you've indicated, your intention, your role in this may just be taking out the body. And someone might come in and try to end them themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of what that's what I told you one of the other scenarios, that maybe they won't want me to do it because, let's say they want me at the hospital, but let's say I twat something stupid and it just makes them know that I'm there and they know that that's the time that they breach. Yep, I've thought about that as well.
Okay. We should part ways. And I'm going to start cooking.
Okay. I will. Like I said, I took out my little truck that I don't really drive very often. It doesn't really. I mean, yeah, it's purple, but people don't recognize it. To
Is
me.
it yours?
It is mine, but
Fuck. Okay. Is it out in the open?
I mean, it's tucked back here. It just looks like an abandoned.
Okay. I would swap quick. And the reason I say that is, understand that even law enforcement has Faceless in it. So does the government.
That's a big worry.
Yeah. It is.
Alright, I'll go grab I have another car at Sammy. I'll just switch it up for that one. It's a little black car that I've hidden before. So. Thank you, Mr. Nick. I will let you know as I get more information. It kind of would help us today. I've got
Understood.
about an hour, so we'll see how it plays out.
All right. I appreciate you. You take care.
You as well.
Oh. Oh boy. Let's go back to observatory.